think I'm going to try and hit that tonight.
That'll do it.
Alright. So, who would like to go first and explain what happened last time? I think it's pretty simple.
Well, we went to the shitty part of town where they have a massive plant over the shitty part of town. I guess to keep people out because they seem to be the ones interacting with it. And apparently there was a worm monsters cult people. I forget what they were called. Worm-hearted somethings.
Worm-hearted Cervagons.
Cervagon. And and they were trying to revive one of the city's like mystic heroes and things. Oh, and then they summoned a demon worm that mauled me and Bran.
Yep.
Yeah, so we have for the forever nightmares, but we killed them. We kicked their ass. We're not going to get paid for this, and that's the second person we've seen them try to summon.
All right. Anyone else? Hello? Hey. Oh, sorry.
Oh, and Yaja got a sword.
Our health is not looking great.
No.
Our max.
Well, your bodies aren't looking great.
Yeah, ain't that the truth?
Yeah, maybe we should go to a hospital.
I've started humming songs, so that's fun.
I'm having flashbacks to childhood nightmares.
So that's fun. I mean, that's pretty much, I guess that pretty much covers it, right, guys?
I think so. I had to leave, but that sounds about right.
Yeah. All you missed was looting.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we tried to, we looted a corpse, and I got a paladin to steal a sword.
Ooh.
All right. Then we return to, basically the day after. And it's a very, very slow rise, as even those of you who aren't beaten to hell are still a tad shaken. That's not exactly something a mind is willing to stand up against. The embodiment of a general of Orcus being what it is. Though your heads are still filled with the questions of who and why and whether you're going to get paid for this or not. So, as you slowly rise into the morning, all of you are in relatively good health, except for Aramax and Bran, who are still looking like they lost a fight with an acid-covered tennis ball machine, as there are still these huge pockmarks in them. But they're stable?
Hey, who wants to go on an adventure to help Armax find some hydrogen peroxide?
Me! I raised my hand.
I highly doubt hydrogen peroxide will fix our problem.
Yeah, but it bubbles and it's really nice.
It's okay, I guess.
Her hand is still raised.
Still not going to solve our problem.
Perhaps we should talk to someone?
I have a feeling that given that our new constitution is a result of divine injury, it may take divine magic to remove it.
Well,
I have a lesser restoration spell, but I don't think that would help.
Do we have? Do we know where a really good priest is? Elves believe in God, right?
I mean, you have seen several institutes that could possibly function as churches, but none that stood out more than others.
We could always ask the fat cat.
Yeah, that sounds like a terrible idea. The less we interact with the fat cat, the better.
We should go find the hydrogen peroxide. Whatever
Hydrogen
that is.
peroxide isn't going to solve the problem.
But I don't know what it is, so it must solve the problem.
It's a disinfectant, sort of. You put it on wounds. I'll shut up.
I mean, he is wounded. Hydrogen peroxide.
I don't think it works on the soul, though I'd like to be proven wrong.
Yes, let's prove we're wrong. Let's go get the
Alright.
hydrogen peroxide.
I mean,
All right, I bet priests have it.
I mean, that's
Let's go
designed
find a
to-
priest then.
Also known as holy water.
I mean, that is designed to keep down infection.
Which lack of sleep can cause.
I mean,
Okay.
Let's see.
Aisha, have you seen any temples of the whatever you follow in the city? Who do you follow?
fuck, I forgot this map wasn't ready. Wait, keep going. I'm a damage control.
Aisha?
You maybe
Yeah, sorry, I was.
Who do you follow?
Lyra?
Lyra?
Yes.
And what is Lyra the god of?
Well, you know, merriment. Well, not specifically, but I embody that part. Basically peace, not fighting over silly things and putting down your sword when you need to, just not picking it up at all. Which is awkward that I have a sword from her, but never mind that.
Hey, didn't want you to be defenseless, just not have to use it.
Yes.
How
Of
do
course.
how do you spell Lyra?
I'm pretty sure it's double of something, but I have to look it up.
You have to look up how you spell your own god's name.
How often do you spell
But
your god's name?
No, I don't.
She typically
I
care.
don't
spells it in
follow any
primordial.
gods.
Double L, double I-R-A. I just didn't know which one was double, if it was the R or I.
Okay,
It was all of it.
Double everything up for some
I'm
reason.
gonna write that down in my book of friendship. Goddess of peace.
Well, actually, that's a good question. What does she embody in this campaign? Because she has a few things, so it's kind of up to the DM.
I mean, it is basically that. Most gods will cover certain domains with sort of an overarching theme.
Yeah, it's Joybringer, Mistress of Revels, Our Lady of Joy. But it says in her description that she doesn't like when people fight, so...
Yeah. I mean,
Mm.
like,
So happy party times.
it's the closest to peace and love as you can get.
She's a hippie.
Hey, hippies have medicine, or at least medicinals.
I'm gonna look at Aramax. Okay, Aisha, I need an honest answer from you. If we went to one of your temples, would your god help us? Or at least one of the priests? Specifically us, as in me and Aramax.
Well, they're not specifically about helping people, so it would depend on how the temples run, but generally, yes, they'll help, maybe for a price, but we can see at least.
Worth a shot, I suppose. I
It
just
can't
wanna-
hurt us.
Not gonna kick us out. Aramax and I are not exactly the embodiment of restraint.
As long as he doesn't do any acts of violence in the temple, which I would attack him too at that point, because that's completely disrespectful, but they would actually enjoy him quite a bit. He's quite lively.
Okay, good. You hear that, Unit? No attacking any... Unit?
You find that he is not there. Like,
Mm.
upon asking around, you basically got... Basically, somebody gave him wind that the guy he kept hunting moved, and so he's chasing them.
Oh, I should have given you this before breakfast, but he gave me this note. It just says gone hunting.
Huh. You know what? It's probably better that he's not with us while we're going to travel around and ask for help from religious figures.
To the lively church?
I don't know where it is. We have to ask someone.
I walk over to the barkeep.
I mean, you go up to him and, well, he basically gives you the same response he would anyone. It's just like, I don't worship him, so I don't follow him. But anything you're trying to look for, you can find within the city. Won't be too hard.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's like, he's a barkeep, not a travel guide. Like, I don't know what you were expecting.
We need to ask at the bus station.
Oh, that's an idea. You could go to one of the docks for the sky ships. Ask people who've been traveling around.
What's the worst they could do? Take us there slowly.
All right,
Okay, so let's go to the docks, ports, whatever they're called.
The docks is basically close enough. Alright. So, heading out there, you essentially just make a hard right and start going down towards the closest station. And, to no real surprise, Bran, Armax, you guys kind of turn a couple heads. Not as much as Ynit did, or Ayaja, but even with your bandages, you guys still... You don't fit in. Absolutely don't fit in. So basically, the whole group of you look suspicious. Like, there's even a couple parents that, like, pull their children aside. Not violently, but, you know, make room for the freaks kind of way.
Cool.
I explained to the children that I jaywalked, and this is what happened.
To which they're confused, seeing as how there's no such thing as jaywalking in a city with no cars, but essentially anything you try to tell them kind of just freaks them out.
Armax, frightener of children.
I ignore all the children and make my way to the docks.
Figured you would. But yeah, making your way there, they do say that there are churches of it, but they are in sort of like the lower regions of town. Or I should say, where you guys were coming from, or came from yesterday. Not there specifically, because, you know, multiple churches can operate in multiple areas, but you're definitely getting the impression that it's not really something that's in the upper aristocratic areas. Let's see, just doing a quick math. The closest one they can find is only a few miles, so about, you know, gold and a half. So gold, 5 silver would probably get you there.
Okay, cool.
Woo!
Alright, and away you guys go. And it is as they said, it's not that far of a trek as you do pull up to another dock and he points over to the far side and you can see that there's a small little, less a church and more of a chapel, as it doesn't really have too much of a presence. But the thing you can notice here is that there's a significant depopulation in elves and a significant repopulation of everything else. Again, seemingly a reoccurring trend here. But moving down, you walk into this little chapel and it's quaint. There's not really stained glass windows, but there are windows with colored symbols similar to Ayaja's.
Yeah, and I imagine there'd be streamers and simple stuff like that.
Yeah, and simple being the key word.
Yeah, simple, nothing extravagant.
Well, not even that. It looks like they were just able to do the bare minimum here, though not out of cheap or disrespect, but just out of lack of resources. Even the building here kind of looks a little bit in disarray. Not in danger of collapsing, but, seen better days.
Hello?
Let's see.
Table for two?
Huh? Minute! Just minute! It's like you hear a little bit of clamoring in the back, and just as this little gnomish individual walks up, very old looking, gray beard, your stereotypical. The one thing you do notice is that he has a scar on his head that's sort of a cross over, not over his eyelid, or over his eyebrow, but it's from his right eyebrow up in a forward slash. It's like, huh? Oh. Okay. So how many died? And what type of service are you looking for?
Just service for two, no dead.
Really? Haven't had a marriage in a while. I hope I still have the herbs. He starts looking at me.
Maybe the marriage later, but before that, some of my friends are cursed, or we believe. We're not quite sure.
Oh. That I definitely have not had in a while. Alright, we'll just bring him back. We'll just bring him into the back. I'll take a look. He's like, just sort of leads you into. As you go past what could function as an altar, you basically see 3 doors. One of them that he came out of, it looks to be a small little room with a bed and shelves, which for one of you would be, kind of like Japanese hotel small, but for him it seems to be just quaint. And he pulls you into another room which has a bunch of storage barrels that seem to be having like different decorations for different times, like some building materials. Most of it looks like it to fix pews or broken windows. He just sort of like pushes some like old fabric off of a couple of boxes and just like, all right, shut up. She, let me she. So do you guys?
Well, before we begin, I have a very, very important question for you, sir.
Yes?
Do you have a soft-spoken idiot who does everything for you?
No?
We're gonna be friends.
Well, there'd be a change.
Also, can you fix these wounds?
It's like as the both of you show them, the first thing you notice is that he's sort of taken aback because these still don't look right. Like, and I figured out what it looks like. It looks like somebody stuck their teeth into like hard ice cream, and there's like those grooves in it where the teeth were. Except these are random, jagged, and incredibly sensitive. Like
It was more pressed in than ripped.
It looks like force did more of the work than speed. Like, you'd imagine that if you slowly bit into them, you could probably do similar damage. But as you two are just as you two are there, he begins to sort of just murmuring to himself. You can see him sort of drawing little glyphs in the air. Oh. What? No. Who did you piss off to get these? Never.
Worm God.
Everyone.
I have a history of this, so...
A history of pissing off everyone?
That's actually not too far from the truth.
Yeah, no, it's how it rolls.
It's a talent.
You gotta be true to yourself.
/ ours. / our groups.
Huh. Well, I'll just give you the skinny about it. It's definitely some kind of curse, but I've never seen one affect the body as opposed to the soul. This is rather fascinating.
Well, Unit has no soul.
clearly why he was unaffected.
Ah,
I wasn't affected either.
nor was Eleanor.
I glare at the both
Yeah,
of
I'm good. I don't know what your problem is.
I wonder what could be the key difference. Stares at all the bandages.
We weren't
and
hit by a
wounds.
giant worm?
You didn't have a tremor come up and eat you.
We weren't hit
Yeah,
by
that would have
a
sucked.
worm necessarily, so much as like slammed on top of / eaten.
Ooh.
Right, we'll do dodging training later.
I would recommend it. I may still have the force to fix this, but I'm afraid what I need is far from cheap.
Yeah, how much are we talking?
Looking at the lot of you, well, I wouldn't be worth my cloth if I didn't do some service to, those of us who take the fight to the devil himself. As he sort of like hand waves over to Yaja.
I'll just wave back.
It's like, oh. But this is.
I wave too.
He's like confused, just sort of like waves again, like that. Like when you wave to somebody, and then somebody behind you who you're waving to waves, just like, hi.
Yes, it's completely awkward.
But
Yep.
this is going to require some rather difficult materials. Granted, they can be found in the city, even with so few supplies we have. But you're looking at least a good 5,000 gold pieces just for the diamonds alone. This is no small undertaking. Whatever you did, you should stop.
Do you think it's gonna get worse, though? Do we have time?
Well, that's just it. It's affecting their bodies, not their souls. So, in essence, your bodies will eventually fight it off. This is more akin to a sickness than an actual infliction, but it's rather odd. You definitely fought something not of this realm. But, and I can give you this, in time you should heal. This is just pain, as weird as that sounds. It's as if your body is still screaming, but it's not actually being hurt. I've always been so difficult at this. In time you could be fine, but I could definitely muster the supplies needed to fix it now. It's just a rather expensive endeavor.
Do you know how much time it might take to heal on its own?
Well, only barely cut into the muscle, so that definitely takes it down from years.
Oh, good.
Only years?
Depending on your lifestyle, doing some actual body training, eating right, could clear up in a couple weeks, month maybe tops. It's really difficult to. Yeah, it's finicky. I wish I could offer you more, but this is something that's. I'm used to curing hangnails and divorces. This is something that I was trained for, but never thought I'd ever actually have to witness.
Do you have hydrogen peroxide?
Yes, but that wouldn't help with this.
Would that help?
He literally just said
Oh.
it would not help.
Unless you want to burn the ever-living dickens out of him.
You shut up, Mr. Wood Elf who doesn't know the woods. Ugh.
Wait, was that aimed at me or Bran?
Me.
Bran.
Delay. Well, I mean, that's the best I can offer you right now.
Would there be anything that we could do to help you lower the price? Maybe pay you in other things like favors?
It looks like they need donations in general. No offense.
No, none taken. And as I said, this is only just for the cost of materials alone.
Is this for one person or for everyone
Uh,
collective?
for the both of them.
Oh, thank goodness.
It's like,
Well,
I'm all right dipping into the coffers to help a poor soul. It's just
what if we could unrestrain the supplies a little less?
But
If
I mean,
we
that would
if we could
definitely-
get a more trade coming into the city, that would naturally lower the prices of the current goods, correct?
Aromax,
We're
we
not going to make a
our
Carta.
wounds healed before we go and destroy the tower.
fortress.
Fortress. Sorry. It's worse than I thought.
Yeah.
No, but we can make payments.
I,
Look, here's what I'm thinking. We need to find out what we're up against anyway. The fortress is at least a few days away. So,
oh, you're talking about the damn thing out there. I wasn't quite understanding what you were saying, but oh goodness.
yeah, the fortress that's like preventing the city from actually doing its trade and slowly killing everyone, we're gonna go fix that problem.
Oof. I admire your tenacity, but I offer you caution against foolhardiness.
We survived a demon god worm. I think we're fine.
I'll have you know I've
keep
never done
throwing
anything.
around the word God here, and forgive an old soul, but what exactly do you mean? You have. I am perplexed at what this is, or what could cause such horrendous physical harm.
It was a demon.
It was a worm god.
It was an evil worm god that popped out of the poor part of the city and launched a horrifying
We
attack because of
don't
evil
we?
people.
Ayasha, you know specifically. Like,
Yeah, I just forgot how to pronounce it. Sure.
Corrigan. No, those are worm-hearted Rifgon.
I thought you said coriander.
That'd be amazing. Can it please be that?
I'm afraid not, because it's specific for some reason. But yeah, you do know the god that they worship. You've never seen it.
Yeah, but when we saw the worm, did its shape look like it, though? Like, from descriptions, like, even if it's poetic or vague, would I think, hey, maybe that's it?
Oh,
Call it a Shoggoth?
absolutely. Like,
Cool, I'll relay that.
oh, huh, oh dear. I do hope my estimates are right then. That is, in the city?
Well,
What?
they summoned it into the city.
How,
We
you're
fixed
messing
that
with
problem.
me. There's no way a general of orcas would be in the city and it'd still stand.
It was in a closed off part in a giant flower.
Oh, the detention area. Oh. Now that would explain it. Oh dear.
But you don't have to worry about it anymore. Because it ate us instead. And then we got rid of it.
Oh, it is a... From what little knowledge I have, and I'm more of a... Well, I'm a this type of cleric. Just like, sort of raises his hands over at the mostly emptied congregations. It's like... that is a being of absolute decay. I don't think death really irritates them all that much.
I didn't say we killed it. I said we got rid of
It
it.
didn't do anything really. It just went away on its own after it attacked.
It attacked?
Through a ritual from, you know what Elithid are?
Uh,
Undead Elithid. Yes,
a
well,
little bit, yes.
They were on Dedalithid, right? I'm remembering correctly.
Yeah, they were.
Okay, yeah, just making sure.
I'm going to have to talk to a couple of the others in town. If that was here, we should probably start doing some cleansing.
That would be a good idea.
But why would they attack that side of the city is beyond me.
They were trying to summon, I think, one of yours, and I'll show them the sword.
Oh. He sort of like puts his hand out and just like sort of like touches like the middle of the blade. I have not seen this blade in over 200 years. No, less. More? Long enough that I can't remember it. Oh, I was just a child then, yeah. Oh, sorry. I get distracted on times. Whew. I'm sorry, this is a lot for an old soul to process. I apologize.
Not to overload you, but also in asking out of character, would they have phylacteries? Because were they liches?
No.
Okay, I'm just making sure because I know that's a thing.
No, essentially they're more of,
Whites almost, maybe? Or closer to?
They were physical. On your trainings, you know that they're essentially worshippers of Korgoth that essentially accept part of its congregation into themselves to sort of, go all wormy.
Okay, so they weren't already on. Okay, gotcha.
They were undead for the purposes of being classified, but they weren't liches.
That's good news.
Yeah. Granted, they had angel's blood on them, so being a lich really doesn't matter to them. I did find the map. Oh, alright, well, I can definitely start making preparations. There's some of this that I can just find on my own for the truly expensive stuff. It's not as if I have a congregation to tend to. So if you ever have the resources needed to finish the ritual, I'd be more than happy to perform it. I'm afraid there's little much I can do.
Right. So, like I was saying, the fortress is still a few days away, and we need to find out what we're getting into before we actually attack it. So, I say we resupply whatever we think we might need. Maybe make our way there, scout for a little bit, debate whether or not we might need more supplies, need to come back before we attack. Just make sure we take our time with this one.
Well, here's the thing. We got to make sure we get paid for this one.
I don't think.
Yeah. We're not really attacking the fortress to get paid so much as to get in favor with the Archmage so we can get invited to go talk to him.
We still have that freebie.
Yeah, we do have that free ride.
Question is, do we want to go there before or after?
The free ride doesn't mean we actually get in to talk to the Archmage. It just means we get a boat there.
So what's the plan, guys?
Plus, Asia, I would have thought you'd be all invested in like a completely side story set mission thing where we don't get paid, but it ends up helping everyone in the city.
That's not exactly how it works. There were lesser people, poor and children, stuff like that needed our help. This
So
is
it's
trade and
more important that we go get ourselves eaten by a worm god for a few people than it is that we go get ourselves eaten up by unknowns to save the entire city.
the entire city is full of magic. They'll figure it out. And yes, it is more important. I'm sure those sorts are better than the richer. I'm not going to get into this. If you want to go, I'll help you. I owe you that at least.
I am so confused by your idea of moral complexity and what's right and wrong.
If they really were in danger, or if it was encroaching, but it's not, it's just sitting there.
Really?
And
We
you're
have
my friends, I
literally
don't want to
been
risk
told-
you too.
We have literally been told by like 4 people that the poor districts are dying because the rich people aren't helping them.
Jumping in here. It's not dying yet, but it's cut off supplies.
Yeah, it's the supplies are cut off. Her argument's that the party is weak and she doesn't want them to die for nothing to happen.
Hence, taking a few weeks to rest and figure out what we're getting into.
How about this? How about we go down there and just look at the place?
Well, you'd have to
The
get
Birdman is smart for once.
As I would like to remind.
High five.
How are we gonna get there? That's my question.
I high five.
It's right off the port, correct?
No.
I thought it's in the water, like water around it.
Well, that's why I brought up the map. It's basically like half a day's trek from this town over here. It's days from where you guys are. This thing
Okay,
is-
so we're
it's far
so
enough
we're
away
in the
that
big
it's-
we're in this place.
Yes, and I just
And
bought
it's
the token.
the it's right here. Okay, I thought that it was more like offshore.
It is.
Oh, what the hell?
That's why I was confused. I was like, what's happening?
That's me. Sorry. The DM got.
And it just all went dark and the demon thing came back and we all died. Rip.
Turns out the map was a monster.
I want this dragon here to be canon, please.
I mean, there are many things in these waters you have not explored.
So is the well, that's the thing. Does the dragon just sit right there and just watch the town? Like, is it just a big people watcher?
Okay.
But yeah, so it's kind of like a big fort just sitting built on the water in these shallow portions, correct?
As it was described to Bran, when the city was attacked by Abgor, that rose out of the sea. And any attempt that they have made to breach it has resulted in devastation.
So like we can't like look at it from a telescope or something.
Oh, you absolutely could. It's not gonna
Yeah,
tell
but
you
like
much.
scouting, I don't know if we could do that.
I mean,
Do we have anyone stealthy in the first place?
Armax can attest to the strength of the ironclads, or the iron helms that the Citadel Slag can use, and if one of those could get taken down by this fortress, it kind of says something.
Yeah, no, this thing's very, very tough if it's surviving the way it is.
Perhaps we should bring some people with us that know what they're doing. None of us are particularly stealthy, and although maybe Elenel can turn to something small and check it out, but all of us together were too conspicuous.
I mean, I do have smaller forms I could change into.
But you can turn into a fish, right?
I can.
Here that's familiar with the idea of scouting beforehand. We're not actually going to attack.
I understand.
Yeah, but every time we go to attempt to scout, we always end up attacking. It's weird.
Which is
Typically, that's you.
awesome.
Typically, you're sent to scout and you start firebolting something.
I don't remember anyone ever scouting.
Hey, that guy attacked me.
Which one?
The fat bald
All
one.
of them, of course.
It's like,
I have never started a fight. I only finished them.
Before they start.
It's preemptive retaliation.
yeah, everyone make an insight check except Armax. This is just gonna be funny.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
What the fuck, Armax? Your bio. That shit needs to go.
What?
Let's see. Show the class.
You should be able to see it.
Class.
I have been waiting for like a month to see if you would spot that.
Well, I have hotkeys that bring me the stuff I want. But yeah, no. AJ, you could tell he's kind of full of shit. Brand, you're just too busy trying to. You're too busy trying to figure out like how you're supposed to get to this thing.
For real.
What if we find an eccentric boat owner?
Don't want
I'm good at talking to boat people. I can talk to boat people.
There could be eccentric boat people. I don't know. We could maybe try to camp out in one of those giant-ass trees next to it.
I'm curious as to exactly how much a small one of these boats would cost to actually just buy.
Well, as the little gnome chirps in, as you guys had just been talking about this in his storage closet. That is, well, that's a few days away. I can't imagine anything could carry enough supplies to get there, and not just get torn apart.
I have good berries.
By the rapid current. This river that protects the Emerald Glades is there for a reason.
No, I meant one of the flying boats.
Oh, no, heavens no. Those don't work outside the city.
Oh.
Yeah. I believe they're called a proprietary secret.
What if we build an airship?
I think they'd notice that.
Would you notice something that's never been invented?
I didn't know. What are you again? Arakakra existed, and I can see you. I think.
I am not a boat.
Asia, who are you talking to?
She just kind of looks up into the air like, wait, am I talking to myself?
Well,
Yeah, I've just been in the corner this whole time. Armax is actually asleep in a corner.
so is there anything else I can help you with?
Know any eccentric boat people?
There was this one person who kept coming by. Always selling these weird spices. Oh, I can't remember his name.
Know about Yay Tall, look like Captain Crunch?
What was it? Is his name Benedict? No.
Cumberbatch?
No, it was,
Barry.
Jim.
Barney.
No, Frank?
Caleb.
James.
No, it wasn't that
Henry.
either. Cordon Bleu? No, I can't.
El-
I can't think of it.
Esbalias.
Oh, this is gonna.
Mulan.
Deacon Blue.
Duchamp.
Oh, I'll never think of it now. Now I'm just hungry.
Zebekiah.
Henry de
Jack Daniel.
Chevalier.
DLT.
Okay, now I'm seriously getting hungry, and you all are starting to get me a little mad.
Yummy Mummy.
Ugh.
I'm just trying to help.
Wait, hold on a second. You said he sold spices.
Oh, yes.
What is his name on the spice jar?
I believe it was.
You check your spice cabinet.
Sounds like Captain Crunch to me.
What was the name of that guy that we came on the boat with?
I'm not so good with names. I can barely remember Abgor. Usually I just call him Timmy. Or
I
Jim.
just call him Big Boss.
Was his name Reptar?
I'm just imagining this like wise sage giving the coldest, hardest stare he could ever give a group.
No, he's currently making breakfast.
He's just got a breakfast.
He is
now.
officially fucked off because you made him hungry.
I guess go troll in the docks to see how we can get to that. Wait, hold on a second. Is that town there? Is that the one that we were at previously?
It was, yes.
You could always go back to that town.
Swamp again?
You know, the one where that boat exploded.
Yeah, but we have to see if there's any ships going back to town.
To the harbor?
Alright. Anybody else got a better idea?
Nope, let's go.
Rest
I
up
only
in
have worse
camp.
ideas.
Alright. Well,
I
saying
guess you guys want to take the rest of the day. Does anybody have anything they think we're absolutely going to need before we...
Health potions, a lot of them, since some of us are a bit under the weather.
Yes.
Aromax does look a little iffy to me.
I'm cold.
Do you want to borrow one of my shirts? You look like you're my size.
Oh no, he's much smaller.
I hastily
It'll
take
be
the shirt.
trendy on him.
I hastily take the shirt and bundle myself within it.
Bless.
To the harbor.
Like a fourth grader wearing their big brother's varsity jacket.
I don't care. I has the warm.
So I guess we're gonna go look for a potion shop real quick.
To the potion shop. That is conveniently on the way to the harbor.
Well, I'm going to need some investigations.
Woo!
Just looking for that harbor.
Well, much to no surprise, this city is vast, and I mean there are shops aplenty. As soon as you start getting out of like the poor areas and start getting to the more higher density, high socialite areas, there do seem to be more shops, and you do run across more than a couple general stores, a couple breweries, plenty of tailors. This place is lousy with tailors. And in the end, you do find... I have to roll something real quick.
We find the demon worm behind a couch with a little monocle on.
I would just imagine one of the worm guys. He's got his worms permed up into a trendy style.
Oh, wait.
Well,
This is hard.
well,
I'd like to keep work and religion separate.
Eleanor,
Yes.
this place is way too, not civilized, but way too industrialized for your taste. Like, it's difficult to even try and find a place that might serve a decent baguette as opposed to have one that deals potions. However, you do notice one thing, and it's a smell. You pick up a heavy whiff of bloodroot, which is used predominantly in healing potions or any type of restorative medicine. And you just see this like trail of it leading off, and you decide to follow it because it only has two uses: making the place stink like hell and healing you. So upon following it, you do trace it over to a store with these sort of like saloon doors. But it doesn't immediately strike you as a potion shop, and looking up at the sign, all of you can see that it reads Stanley's Body Shop of Horrors.
That doesn't sound pleasant.
Stanley's one word.
What was that title again?
Stanley's Body Shop of Horrors.
Seems
Are
legit.
the windows blacked out?
I'm just walking in.
No, it only has one window in the front. It's one of those like large barber windows. Alright. But yeah, going into it, it's dank is the first thing you notice. Like, it not so much dark, but there's this heavy smoke in the air that seems to permeate over everything. Hold on, I have music for this. And all around the windows, you can see bits and pieces of monsters and creatures and stuff you can't even imagine what it would go to. Tentacles, claws, teeth, eyes, spines, even like full appendages. It's a rather disturbing place at first, though the smell is still in the air. It's this awful smell. But the smell immediately fades as you notice a very odd and familiar visage as you see this dark-skinned gnome with this bright red and orange hair twisting up to what almost looks like a flickering flame, sitting on a large barrel conversing with the guy behind the counter. So, is this all you need, Stanley? Because, see, I care for you, bud. I care for you. So what do y'all do? Hello?
You!
Yeah. Oh. How's yous get here? Wait.
We traveled here by boat, of course.
Huh. As, Niter officially sort of takes notice of you and swing around on his butt and essentially uses the sideways barrel as a chair. Well, I'll admit, yous, and he points to all of you, wasn't expecting. Especially not here in Stanley's. So, how can we help you? I ain't gonna turn down money.
Wounds. So many wounds.
I sold you everything that makes those back at Port Cullis. You're just gonna have to find something else.
I'm just gonna push forward one of the ones who are injured and just gesture to the holes.
Oh, ooh. Whose wife did you sleep with to get those?
A worm
You
gods.
two look like...
Everybody's.
Phew. Well, hates to tell yous, but I only brought with me this. And he just sort of like kicks into the barrel that has this oddly slow sloshing sound. He just like leans back. Hey, Stanley, you got anything to help these guys? They typically got cash on them. And this individual sort of leans forward, who initially looks human, but as he pulls slightly out of the shadow, his pipe not only emitting the smell that Elenil found, but it's also producing the only little bit of light. You can see this grotesque, Lovecraftian, misshapen human that seems to have one eye completely missing and replaced with what looks to be a blue cat eye. There's a large bolt strapped into one side of his skull that seems to have some sort of pulsating light on it. One of his arms is not actually a human arm, as it's sort of a purplish-green tentacle that he's currently using to strike another match to light his pipe. His jaw and neckline all the way down to his chest, and he's wearing an open V shirt. You can see it's just this blue, scaly material where he has this distended, draconic jaw just standing out a good 2.5 inches over his front bite. And to his left and right, you can see these two large wings. One of them seems to be almost bat-like, with these protruding bones, and the other one looks mechanical, with canvas as opposed to skin, and gears where it should be joints. He just sort of leans forward at you guys, takes a quick look. Nope. And just leans back into the shadow. Oh. Sorry. But, it's kind of why I help him. See, birds of a feather, Oh.
What you laughing at?
None. It's like very badly hiding a smile.
I start getting uncomfortably close to him.
So, what do you?
Oh, Stanley's? He does modifications. Fixer-upper jobs.
What kind of mod? Congratulations.
He wasn't born like that. He did most of that himself. It's Stanley's model. He sort of points up. You kill it, he'll graft it. He's well, I just call him a Frankenstein, but he's one of them xenobiologists. He likes putting things onto other things that didn't have the things to begin with, you know? Very creepy, but I mean,
Interesting.
Look at him.
Elenil stares at him in amazement and is thinking, oh my god, I want to do this.
Yeah, I was currently making the deliveries for him. Well, it's hard enough to find this artificial blood. He just like kicks the barrel again. It's like, so I made a trip out here. But I didn't bring much of my stock, so... And I ain't got nothing back home that could fix that. Jeez. Damn.
We don't need it fixed. We just need to be able to survive while it's in effect.
Oh. Ow. Right. Hey, yo, Stanley. You got that thing I left here last time? The thing with the stuff. But the other stuff. You see this misshapen individual sort of look down at him? Yup. And he just starts walking into the back room. It's like, yeah, don't mind Stanley. He, man, a few words. You know, this is just kind of his thing. After about a minute or so, Stanley comes back, his tentacle holding onto what looks to be a shoebox? And just sort of like hands it to Niter. Ah, good. Alright. I can't promise you much, but I may get a few things. Niter just walks over to the corner of the room, places it down, and then kicks it. And you can see the wood fall off of it, but then it folds off of it again. And again. And again. And again. Some of it folding up, some of it folding down. And after a few minutes, it built into this small little lemonade stand with, you know, Niter's name at the top of it. And as soon as Niter stands behind it, a couple bubbles just start falling down around it. Like, not violently, but like on strings. It's like, so, what specifically you need these?
Well, we're looking for anything that can either help with survivability or a scouting mission.
Ooh. Now, let's see here. Well, the big things I got here are some brews. Well, you know, when I'm over here, I tend to pick up some of the, you know, weirder stuff. Let's see. I got some, It sort of picks up this weird bottle that has, like, this seashell shape. Chrysalis concoction. How the hell did I get this? It's like, it sort of, like, leans into the table, pulls out a small book, just starts reading it. Like, huh. Nope, that's not gonna help you. Hang on. As the DM starts pulling up his own notes. Oh! I do have some bombs. I got 3 of the normal ones that I sold you last time. And I do got 2 of the better ones.
BALM or BOMB?
BAWLM.
Yeah, sorry.
No, that wasn't me correcting you. He was specifically trying to spell it wrong.
Bless.
It's like, yeah, and he just like pulls out these 5 bottles. It's like, I mean, these ain't much, right? But, better than fuck all, right?
Are they for healing?
Yes. That's the entire points I got them. They draw upon your own natural ability to regenerate, just faster.
Alright,
So-
doses?
Sorry, what?
How much are those?
Let's see, the little boys are. These little ones are about 70 a pop. Biggins. Sorry, I just got so many pages of notes. These are and these itty bitties are 400 a pop. Not exactly the. Oh, hold on. Nope, nope. Sorry, cut this both in half.
I was gonna say.
Yeah, because I've been translating a lot of my notes. You know, I've been using the losing everything as a sort of. So yeah, no. So yeah, the big ones are 200 a pop, and the small one is 350 a pop, or no, 35 a pop. Sorry.
30.
Yeah.
Okay. What else do you have available?
Let's see. What do I got here? Cure for vampirism. Huh, look for one of these over here. It's like
That might actually come in handy with what we've come across so far.
it's kind of rare. Like these things sell like hotcakes.
Okay. How much is the cure for vampirism? $1 gold.
Hang on. I should have a D4 on this. 20,000 a piece. Yeah, being infected with that stuff.
You
is
wouldn't
difficult
happen to want to
remedy.
tell us what the ingredients are.
Whew. Well, first you need a vampire.
Check.
No, a live one. There's like this weird shit you gotta do. I buy most of my stuff wholesale and I mix it myself.
I often suspect you knit.
What?
Don't worry about it.
Alright.
It's just good to know, in case. Without luck, we'll probably run into it.
Oh! Hang on. I do's got something for, making you a little sneaky. I got one potion of reduced presence. It's technically illegal in the city, but, fuck it. I'm not from here.
How
We're
are
not
you
going
even
to use
here?
it in the city.
Yeah, okay, you know when something's like right outside your eye line and you think you could see it, but then you look at it and it's not there?
Peripheral vision?
Yeah, it's like that, but it makes everybody not see it.
Ooh.
I got one of those, and I do got something that I do have brain gel of stealth.
Brain gel? That's like on your brain?
But no, you drink it. It's harvested
That's even worse.
from the brain. Yeah,
That's disgusting.
yeah.
What does it do?
It makes you proficient in stealth. You basically drink someone else's memory of it, and then you can do it.
We have other memories.
How long does that last?
An hour. Of course, if you already know something about stealth, you really can't overlap memories, so it's one of those bits.
Do you have a wisdom one? And I kind of look it over at Aromax, but not quite.
Huh. It's just like starts moving through different bottles, just like, no.
How are you here?
Oh, he used the door.
I went through Zakiti's.
So what?
Yeah, you guys didn't know about Zakiti's teleporting doors?
What the hell are you talking
Oh,
about?
what? You knew someone with a teleporting door, and we didn't see that?
Yeah, Zakiti has these magical doors in his bar that go
Why
all
did
over
we
the
go through
place.
the swamp?
Why didn't we use those, you idiot?
Because he
I don't know.
probably would have charged us like $1 billion to do it.
No,
No, he wouldn't have.
That's our spoken bar owner. He was pretty decent on prices.
Everyone would Max make an insight check. Armax, just roll deception.
Can do.
Yeah, I'm just gonna give it to all of you. He's full of shit. You're starting to realize that he tends to get really calm when he's lying.
His tells are easier without all the feathers.
Huh. Armax is being surprisingly lucid and focused. And logical. He's lying.
He's lying.
He's lying or someone hit him in the head really hard and knocked all the sense back into it.
Wait, he actually tells the truth?
Yeah.
He seems like a lying sort, not to be, mean.
Wait, you're talking about Armax or me?
Oh no, lying is
Liar.
my passion and my art.
Oh, hey! I'll have you know I haven't screwed you over in at least a month.
She rolls her eyes at him.
I got a cure for that too. Just like looking through bottles again. Oh! I'm an idiot. You want to survive? I got it. I got three of Dr. Peddle's tonics. It's designed to give you artificial health.
Yeah, how much is that?
How long was the last?
Let's see, they are rare. It's a 2d10. Oof. They're a bit on the expensive side.
Can we get a friend's discount?
They're $9,000 a piece.
$9,000?
Yeah.
I mean, they're so
9,000
expensive.
copper pieces?
Would you be willing to trade in favors?
I mean, not at the moment.
Does anybody actually, buy your stuff?
Yeah. Though typically it's mostly in bulk.
Mm.
Yeah,
Well, you know,
Oh.
a favor's a pretty good thing to have in your pocket.
I know what you're getting at, and you haven't got enough for me to justify it.
I mean, we're not that great, but we are stupid enough to do whatever you ask. Well,
No, we're not.
I
know.
am. I'm
No.
reckless enough to do any illegal task you want. Which I doubt you would make me do an illegal task. You're a gentleman of business.
I'm right here, Max.
Why in the hell would I ask you to do anything?
Because I'm crazy enough to get the stupidest of your requests done.
You know what the favor he's gonna ask? That you pay the price.
Damn, that's good.
That is actually pretty good. I respect that.
Sunglasses and the O after it.
Not even mad. It's actually really awesome.
Let's see. Oh, I do got some normal potions, but, once again, adjusting for fluctuation in price.
But you have a portal, and I mean, you could just go get more.
That's what I'm talking about. Well, I don't have it. It's in Zakidi's.
So the reduce presence and the brain thing, how much are those two?
Okay, hold on, did I roll for those yet? No, I have not. Okay. Oh, yeah. You're lucky, they're dirt cheap. Reduce presence, I'm putting at 60 gold pieces, and it lasts for an hour. And the brain gel is going to be 400, and it also lasts for an hour.
You cut out at the brain gel one for me.
400. Also lasts for an
No,
hour.
no, 40. 40. Sorry.
40.
Okay.
Drop the zeros.
Deal.
Alright. As soon as you put the gold in front of him, he'll pull out these two tinctures. Which, one of them just looks like a bottle of black. Not ink, not darkness, just black. it's disconcertingly unmovable. Don't open that till you need it. And then you pull another one, and it's a very modest vial with a pinkish, brackish liquid inside of it, and chunks of something that looks organic and gray. So, you know.
Okay. Potion of reduced presence, and I guess I'll call it potion of stealth proficiency.
Yeah, basically. Alright, I mean, once again, you kind of caught me out of my element here.
Potion of skill. Oh.
Yeah.
So you just choose the stealth skill, essentially.
Nope. It is specifically designed for stealth.
Okay, well that's what we're looking for anyway.
Yeah.
So.
Ooh, I do got some herbal teas if you're interested.
You got anything that'll make a Bloody Mary?
I mean, you try hard enough, you can make anything out of Bloody Mary.
What do these herbal teas do?
They knock you the fuck out. But you typically need to wake up a lot sooner. So, it ain't good for you two, when he points to Brandon and Eleanor. But it's great for you two, Armac and Neaja. I got a bunch of these things. None of these
Would it
freaking
help with
elves.
nightmares?
You know? I never thought of it, but yeah, it should. It just basically conks you the fuck out.
How much?
These things are dirt fucking cheap. You can find these weeds growing everywhere. They're 40 a pop. I got 8.
40 what?
Gold. Come on. Unless... Now, now, you did say you're desperate for this kind of thing, and... You give me a day or two, and I can make you some quick and dirty ones. Hell of a lot cheaper, but, you know...
Dirty
You
how?
get what you pay for. Say again?
How dirty are you talking here?
Typically, to make the doctor's tonic, it takes me about 6 to 8 days. That's if I'm being dedicated to it. I can at least make one for all of you by the end of the week.
Well, we don't all need one, do we? Although, out of character, it makes your rest time shorter.
Oh, no, that was the tea. He's talking about the tonic right now.
Okay, sorry, you're cutting out for me sometimes.
Oh, my apologies. I will try to dictate a lot longer. But the tea, basically, it lets you take a long rest in 4 hours instead of 8. And it suppresses
Okay, so I understand correctly. Got it.
Yeah. But, if you're really desperate for getting, you know, a little healthy, or at least a preventative health, I can make some cheap ones. You're gonna have to pay up front, but I can definitely reduce the price.
How much?
Let's see. Give me one moment. D6. For each of you, and because I like you, I could sell you one for each of you for 300 a pop. It's like, I'm bored around here anyway, so I could use the challenge.
Could you maybe make it and we can get back to you?
Yeah, sure.
You just have it for the sake of, in case there's anybody else like us. I'm sure you have varying clientele.
Not around here. Too much competition. Although around here they ain't trying to stay healthy, they ain't trying to be alive, they're just trying to be douchebags.
Yeah, I hear that.
Damn straight.
Stanley.
Here, here.
So, you interested in getting something quick? Or are you happy with what you got?
Well, we definitely can't pay 9,000.
Wait, did I misspeak?
I hope so.
Oh no,
9,000.
300 a pop.
Yeah, like what's this
Oh,
back?
yeah, but that's for the original one.
No, that's for the reduced price. The original was 900 a pop.
Still don't want that.
No, the original was 9,000.
That's what I said.
Yeah, this is 300 each.
I'll look at the group. Well, I know my abilities rely on my health.
I don't have a lot of health.
I don't need anything.
I mean, to be honest, the tonic doesn't care how healthy you are. It just cares how healthy you could be.
What do you mean?
I mean, you, fucko, if you drink all 4 of them, all 4 of them will work. You'd be... You're a bit on the scrawny side, but fuck it, it'd damn near triple your health.
Even with a stifle on it from a demon god?
Probably. Never tried it.
That's some good, as the kids say, shit.
And I'll say out of character, basically what it does, it gives you temporary hit points equal to 3 times of your level.
And it's stackable?
That's badass.
Oh, no, temporary hit points, yeah, no, it wouldn't stack.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, dang, son.
That's still
21 hit points.
21 hit points for real. For real though.
No time limit.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, that's worth the price.
Yeah, let's
Preventative measure in a bottle. But if you get it cheap, things might happen.
Don't think we should get that discounted, because whatever it does is permanent.
Can't spend 900.
It could be a goal to work towards, but
I mean, we could spend 900. We'd have to go sell all of our gems real quick.
I could make some money on the side. I used to entertain.
I mean, I'll trade those out for you right now. You won't believe what I need to powder to get some of the friggin' hoity-toity shit these people drink.
Okay, well, we could spend the 900 in gems and just get 1.
Wait, 900 for what? Okay,
They're saying my
full
team
price
here.
tonic is 9,000.
Oh yeah, your plan sucks, guys.
Yeah,
That's not gonna.
Well,
the
yes, but
cheap version is 300.
asking character, would the cheap version have bad permanent effects though? Like, you become weaker or less wise?
No, heavens, no. I don't think. Yeah, it's just... Look, it just means I'd be experimenting using a few things that I normally wouldn't. So, it could be bad, but... looking at the rest of you, you can't kill any of you.
It's up to whoever's going to take it, if the risk is worth it.
I'm gonna buy at least 1 for myself.
Like,
I want one.
I mean, that's 600.
Anybody else?
I am broke as hell.
I'm
Because I
pulling
forgot I got through Reborn, so.
I'm pulling it out of the group fund. So, if you want one, say so.
I just don't have any money.
Did you not just hear what I said?
At party funds.
I know.
Yeah, she just doesn't want to take from the party funds, because she just caused basically this problem, so.
You summon the demon worm?
And don't forget, he is still offering the tea.
You know what? We might want to grab one of the teas.
And I'm lousy with the stuff.
Like one or two of the teas, because, well, can dreams cause, issues later on?
I ain't no wizard. I'm just a pusher.
So just the two? Armax, do you want one?
How much were they?
300?
300, and these are the ones that give you the temporary help?
Yeah.
Is it coming out of party funds?
Yep.
Yeah, you know what? I get my ass kicked, so yeah.
Okay, cool. So I hand over the gems.
Right, how many?
9.
Oh shit, so you're buying 3 of them.
Yeah.
Alright, he's gonna take those, take a quick look. Take another look, just make sure you're not screwing him, and yeah, he'll essentially just write out a receipt and hand it to you. Don't worry, I'll find you, just make sure yous all are in the city. You dig?
How long? 3 days?
Oh, by the end of the week.
End of the week?
Like,
Okay.
It's quick, I'm not that quick. Like, I at least have some standards. Now then, you sounded interested in the tea. I still got plenty of the tea.
Armax, do you want to sleep soundly, or are you enjoying your nightmares?
Actually, I might want to induce those a little more.
Okay. Well, you heard him. I guess we don't need...
You got anything that gives you more vivid dreams? Actually...
Not on me?
Do you...
But I'll look into that.
Do you have anything... Do you have any drugs?
Not especially. At least nothing I'm willing to sell.
You know where I could get some drugs?
Not specifically? I mean, it's legal out here, so, yeah. Fuck it. Could probably find someone. Though I wouldn't recommend it. Mostly around here, just that the hoity-toity high society shit.
Yeah, no, I don't need cocaine. I need something that can induce really crazy, vivid dreams.
Get shit
Like
faced.
a-
That'll typically do it.
Like a bath salts kind of deal?
Would that work?
Or if I was anything else. Look, I don't deal with side effects. I ain't no cleric.
Naturally.
I just do business.
Well, I think that's probably all we can afford to spend on this today.
Hey, that means I got some business. That means I got some work to do. But oh, yo, Stan. You need anything? Just looks back at the human, just kind of looks at all of you. Sort of like lowers its eyes and just goes, "Yep." Oh, all right. Well, if he's looking for money, Stan always needs fresh shit. I mean, if he doesn't got the parts, he can't really graft it onto anyone. This is all just the floor models. So if you kill anything particularly interesting, save some parts of it. Well, Stan could probably give you a good price.
Good. Oh. Hey, Stan, do you have anything we could use to keep the stuff fresh till we get back to you, or do you need it like half rotted, or?
I can't answer this one for him. Like, basically, it depends on what you bring. Like, you know, keep it out of air, keep it in a jar. I mean, if it's got fungus, unless it came with fungus to begin with, probably can't use it. It's one of those weird things.
Well, alrighty then.
If you're looking for highfalutin magic, you should just head over to the Asmandus Mandum, or whatever the hell they call it here. Some geek there will give it to you.
Asmandus Mandum?
The thing in the center of town. Where all them geeks live.
The Arcanus Magnum?
Sure, whatever.
Okay. Yeah, we're trying to get there. Trust me.
Go. Yeah. Don't let your dreams be dreams. Go take care of your shit.
Yeah, we're trying to. But if you forgot, wounds.
Oh, and the
He
bus
means,
fare is
thank you
ridiculous.
for the discounts.
We gotta
I knows what he meant. I've gotten used to this one. He's better than the other two.
The manly one?
Which one?
Armix stares in sadness.
Yes.
It's okay, Aramax.
Aye.
We'll find his corpse one day.
Right.
He owed me $5.
The hell's a dollar?
What's $1? Yeah.
Oh, like those things you find on the beach? Oh yeah, there are no beaches around here, so
No. That's an acronym.
Ah, so I don't care.
Yep.
Alright, well, I gotta go move this artificial blood before it gets shit. So, I'll see you later.
We gotta go plan an invasion. See ya.
Leonard stands up and just starts, like, log rolling the barrel into the back room. And just walks out with him. So what's your plan, guys?
Well, now we have to stick around to the...
Well, we could always do a bit of research on stuff.
It's true. I could read my alchemy book and actually get a little better at that. I suppose I could have a discussion over philosophy and morals with Iasia so that at least she and I are on the same page of decision making.
I was actually going to try to reignite a little bit of research into my father's stuff, see what was going on there.
I would actually like to join you when you do that.
Sounds like a deal then.
So then what's your guys' plan?
Well, I guess now we're gonna wait around for a few days. Go read some alchemy book. Learn about, or try and do research. Talk to Iasia. I guess Bran would also bite the bullet and ask Elenil to explain trees one more time.
Ha! Yes!
Because he knows that she likes that.
Yes, because trees all what elves should know.
I imagine that Eleanor has a book called The History of Trees.
The politics
Of course
trees.
she does.
The politics of trees.
No, the politics of trees.
Ha! Ha! Ha!
The family tree of trees.
It's just a bush. Alright. Well, I know what those two are doing. So Ayaja, Elenil, are you guys okay just chilling for a couple days?
I want to see if I can find any armor better than the stuff I have.
Alright.
Oh, shoot. I should probably look for armor.
Yeah. If I remember correctly, you still have an armor class, right, Ran?
I still have an extra armor with me that you gave me. You just have that back.
Yeah,
Isn't
my
that
armor
bag
class is
holding?
down to 12.
Yeah, it was a split mail, I believe.
Yep. And I believe you have a chainmail in the bag.
I do not have any of those things.
Then you probably sold it.
Probably.
The split mail I still have. I just took it out of my inventory, but never sold it.
I think we did sell the chainmail.
Did we sell
Oh,
it?
hold on. Yeah, I forgot about Ayacha's armor. Because you just got that before you came here. So you would still have her splint mail.
Yeah, because I never actually sold it to the guy because he was too busy looking at all the money we gave him.
So, I mean, yeah, you can trade out for 35% damage chainmail for... Oh, wait, your chainmail was also damaged, wasn't it? Your splint mail.
Mine?
The rust beasts.
No, I had something better, but then he gave me his spare, but then I got the Sailor Moon armor, so I still had the splint mail.
Oh.
But I took it out of my inventory because I'm like, I'm never going to use this, but
Never
technically
mind.
it's still there.
Yeah, no, there is a full set of splint. You'll have to readjust the straps, but I mean, that's something you have to do anyway.
I mean, that'll be cheaper than buying 2 sets of armor.
True.
Yep.
As long as it lets me use my dexterity. I'm looking it up right now.
I believe it's only like +2.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, because that's medium armor. Like, you either need medium armor mastery or go light. Because I think your dex is better than your everything.
Yeah, I cannot use it. Apparently it's classified... Splint armor is classified as heavy armor.
So get studded for both you and Eleanor? Or did
Ooh.
you already have studded?
Oh, then... Oh, yeah, no, then you can't wear that at all.
No.
Fuck, you shouldn't have been able to cast spells.
Who, me?
Yeah, if you...
I'm not wearing splint armor.
What were you wearing then?
I was just wearing, like, normal leather studded armor. Studded leather armor.
Oh, that couldn't have been ruined then. Rust monsters don't ruin leather.
No, but giant worm gods do.
No,
Yeah, the worm god ate all the armor and like all my feathers.
Yeah.
What's a few bits out between friends?
Yeah, Korgoth does not give a rat's ass what your armor was made of. Alright, so yeah, no, you cannot wear the splint unless you want to not use magic. Unless you're
No,
proficient
I
in heavy.
literally can't wear the splint armor. I'm not proficient in heavy armor.
No, you still could wear it. You just wouldn't be able to cast spells, and you'd have all of your saves at disadvantage.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
Oh no, your dex and strength would be at disadvantage.
Still not gonna.
You could wear it, you just have to start sucking.
Basically.
No. Let's just find some good medium armor, I suppose.
Alright.
Some good light.
I mean, there are tailors abound. If you're just looking for some normal ass like studded leather, it's easy enough to find.
I guess I'll see if I can find anything fancy or higher quality, but if the dice do not play well, then by the end of the day, I will definitely settle for normal studded leather armor.
Alright, then you need to roll investigation.
And I'd like to search with him.
Alright, roll your own.
Yes, good.
Let's see.
Yeah,
Where's
you can
investigation?
help him, but you really can't help him with this.
Can Eleanor look on her own too? Because she has to put armor first.
Yeah, no, that's what I was going
Yep.
to get to. Sorry. So,
I shall help my naked friend.
So no, you can also roll.
Yes, good.
I will walk her.
I mean, there are a lot of bloody tailors.
There's no such thing as leather armor. I'm sorry. It doesn't exist anymore. It's
There
like
are
unicorns.
so many bloody tailors here. Like,
The
the best defense you can find is like chainmail bikinis, basically.
Get some of those for later.
No, I'm picturing that like we're just like they just went down the row of like you know how like some store chains are like just one brand type, like they went down the pajama row.
Yeah.
So it's like if you're looking for silk stockings, we have them here.
Where they're walking by, seeing the chain bikinis, and they're like, "Who would even wear that?" And they walk by a window and see like Brand trying it on with Aromax.
Armax and Brand just in the
If only
front
they were
window
cameras.
trying on the chainmail bikinis.
I have bad news. You couldn't afford them.
Dang. I guess we'll keep.
We can only use the tin bikinis.
But you do eventually find a decent armor smith. Nothing spectacular or awesome. And yeah, he does have your standard arrays. He seems to be more geared towards like supplying hunters as opposed to adventurers. Let's see.
Oh,
Sorry, I'm reading through a lot of things. I wish I could. I wish I knew how to condense PDFs all into one giant PDF. It'd be amazing.
as we come across the sky, I look at Aramax like, Aramax, we've been going about this totally wrong. We could just go back to the Hunter's Lodge, and I can talk to some of my blood brothers to ask if they know any places that have some good armor.
Right. At the very least, they'll have a bulletin board.
I mean, I know the Hunter's Lodge is always in shop for new armor or weapons. They're bound to at least know a couple of the better smiths around.
I'm sure they've got like a contact in there.
Something.
I mean,
Or
it'd be insane not to advertise your blacksmithery within a hunter's lodge.
Yeah. Well, I don't know where Elenil and Niaja are, but I guess if we come across them, I'll let them know if we find anything good.
I think they got stuck in one of those chainmail bikini stores.
No, they would have been with you. Like, basically, you all found this one place.
Oh, hey, guys.
Hi, out of the way, I want armor, and I walk in.
Okay.
All right.
When he walks in, I have, Aramax turn around. We're going to go to the Hunter's Lodge.
See ya!
And I'm going to look at this one. Like, Armax did find it.
Okay, fine. I guess we'll ask, just in case.
Well, entering in, it's rather warm, a bit musty. There are different armor racks that have your standard arrays. There are some that are more custom. A lot of them seem to be more ceremonial. As if, like, someone would get... Think of this as like a prep school's, like, tailor store. But for armor. And asking the individual, he does sell your standard arrays. He does have one extra thing, though. He does have some specific vestments that they function as studded leather, but they do not have metal. It is magical. They're specifically woven out of a type of arcanic thread that essentially imbues them with one of the elemental planes, or one of the elements of the elemental planes. He specifically has one of wind. Basically, it lets you move a little bit faster, and it makes it a little difficult for people to hit you.
Oh boy.
Like, not as an AC, but like, it allows you to escape better.
Oh.
He
How
only
much
has
is
the
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, he only has the one.
Well, let's find out whether or not we can afford it first. Then Elenil and I can, like, each other's throats.
Please don't.
Sorry, just gotta double check stuff. No. It is a rather powerful object, so he's only selling it for $3,000. Like,
That's cheaper than the potion.
Still out of our budget.
yeah, I mean,
We have a wish list at least.
yeah, I mean, he basically tells you it's not flying off the shelf anytime soon. Like, it's basically his way of making money is if somebody tries and buys it.
That's the Christmas fund.
Well, I'll tell you what. Aramax and I were thinking about going to the Hunter's Lodge to ask about armor and smiths and stuff like that. Why don't we go ahead and pick up a contract while we're there, since we're stuck here for a few days anyway, so we can make some money?
I'd really like some of you to heal up, or at least see what effect this has on you. It's only been a day.
What's the worst that could happen?
I mean,
You could die.
Or worse.
like, I hear singing in my head, but, like, that's it, really.
Could come again?
Don't worry about it. Let's just
I
go
feel
to the
like that should have been.
It's good singing, not bad singing. We're fine.
Well,
That's
no,
actually rather disconcerting.
you don't continuously hear the singing. It was just like it was basically almost like a lullaby for the moment.
Arumax hears voices in his head all the time. I
Yes.
only
But that's an actual voice from a necklace.
To
Oh, and
explain,
I've been
Armax,
having-
your necklace pops up and just goes like, punch that son of a bitch, would you? Just one quick punch.
I don't know. Why should I?
You know, you look a lot like your father.
What?
And it just shuts off.
What?
Yeah, I couldn't hear anything.
Technically, none of you guys could.
Ah. I'm sorry, what was that, Arumax?
I would like to punch someone.
Okay.
What do I roll to punch someone?
Just roll strength.
Okay.
Oh wait, hold on. You're proficient with your unarmed attacks, aren't you?
Well, his talons and his little feetsies.
Well, that's if I want to like claw at someone. This is a punch.
Oh, but yeah. Hey, Brian. Does getting like sideswiped with a 10 hit your armor?
No, it doesn't.
So yeah, so Armax, you just take a swing at him, and you do make purchase, but it's like tink, ow, like you punch right into one of the parts that was broken. So there's like this little cut in your hand now. Like you don't even have the feathers to protect it anymore. It's like it's like you punched the side of a coffee table, like the corner. Really fucking hurt.
Well, that hurt.
Looking down at my armor and then looking back up at him, really confused.
Arumax, could you not do that near me? Thank you.
Don't talk about my father.
Your father's an amulet?
How dare you speak to my father that way?
I am so confused right now.
So is the DM.
Anyways,
Wait, you don't talk about your father, or we don't talk about your father?
Father.
who's talking about what now?
I'm talking about the Hunter's Lodge, because that's where we're going.
Yes, to the Hunter's Lodge.
I'm gonna ask the guy if he has any hide armor better than what I'm wearing.
He takes a look at it and just like sort of spins you around. It's like,
I twirl around in a circle multiple times.
He doesn't have anything now, but he could definitely try. Doesn't know how long it'll take, and he basically tells you like you'd have to pay for expenses, but he could probably make something eventually.
She doesn't like metal, just as a note.
Yes,
He
no
understands.
metal at all.
Not even for clasps or stuff like that.
Yeah. So yeah, you basically have to like give him it. You basically have to give him like an expense in advance, but he could probably make something. You know.
How much are we talking?
How much is hide armor? Let's see.
Hide is 10 gold pieces.
Let's see. You're fighting with no material, so he basically has to go find it. 400 gold pieces, and he'll give back whatever he doesn't spend.
If we brought you the hide of an animal, would that help?
Oh, absolutely. Like,
We might want to do that, Eleanor. You can choose what you want. And
Yeah, that's a
you know
better
where it's
idea.
coming from.
You're smart.
I travel with you all. I don't know about it, but thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, I like her idea. Let's go.
If only there was a lodge that could help us hunt down this beast.
That's what I was gonna segue to. But good job.
And I imagine we're at the Hunter's Lodge next.
I mean, you do get there, and well,
Just fade to white, suddenly we're there.
Be a montage.
yeah, it's starting to get near the end of the night, and yeah, getting there. The rest of you guys, you basically get like your standard, hey, someone needs X amount of bear hides. Someone needs, someone's looking for this herb that's out in the wilderness. Nothing terribly interesting. Bran, on the other hand, being an actual, member?
He's got a card.
He's got a mark. And then you actually do get something a little more specific. There is currently a buyer who is interested in who's interested in a spinal fluid that comes from a specific type of crab that grows along the coastline. He basically needs about 11 of these crabs worth. They're a bit of a bastard to fight, but they're not dangerous by any stretch. He calls them bone crabs.
More annoying than anything else?
Yeah. They basically hollow out skulls that they find on the bottom of the ocean and then come onto land. And then essentially, like, scuttle about and act
So
as
their
crabs.
butts are skulls?
No, they live in the skull.
Oh, I thought it was like a hermit crab and just kind of walked like that. Gotcha.
Okay.
They look a little bit like one, but then they also have a lot more. Like, essentially, they excrete a type of marrow that hardens into bone. So they're tough to, like, take down.
Yeah.
But
They sound lovely.
but they're nowhere near impossible.
Okay. I will go ahead and pull the post to indicate that I accept it. And then I'll see if I can find any other blood hunters in the back of the inn right now.
This is the guy you met last time, and there's a pair of dwarven brothers in there who are just playing cards with what looks to be a drunken stupor of a man. Just like face full, passed out, drunk into what looks to be a plate of sweet potatoes. Or
Nice.
Sweet potatoes, sorry.
I'll go to the guy I talked to last time, I suppose, since I've already talked before.
Alright, but going up to him, it's... And he's basically just there sharpening his blade again with a whetstone. Like, more or less just killing time as opposed to accomplishing anything. I know
Hello.
you're there, boy.
Yeah, I fought a worm god.
The hell does that mean?
It means you won't have to fight a worm god. Now, I'm looking for new armor. I did find a decent set in a smith not too far from here. At a smith not too far from here. But I'm still keeping my options open for the moment. Is there a preferred spot for our kind?
For us? No. Any of us worth their salt make our own. Though, there is still the cart.
Two questions. What is the cart?
It's not a what, it's a who. It's a weird fellow who moves up and down the trade lines. Who seems to deal in everything. And I do mean everything.
And he's here?
Here? No. He's on the roads. You don't find him. He finds you.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind. Second question. How do I learn to start making my own?
Find someone willing to teach you. As I said, we either find it or we make it. So if you found decent stuff here, get it. Can't afford it, it's your problem.
Alright, thanks.
just goes back to cutting his whetstone.
Okay, I'll go back to my group in the front of the lodge. Well, I found a decent contract. Nothing too dangerous. Kind of like Lansing to Iasia.
What? Did I do something?
No. I was just indicating that I made sure that we found something not too dangerous.
Well, he does have this contract that is asking for the fluidal remains of 10 bone crabs. It does say the last time they were spotted, they were along the swamp line. Basically where the salt water is. Or the full salt water is.
Where we passed through or past where we went through?
Like that area, but the coast, as opposed to, like, the swamps.
I don't see why not. They're not intelligent creatures, so I think we can handle it. But do let me know if anyone feels unwell or not up to it.
They're not too intelligent. They're really just harder to get past their defenses more than anything else.
Just don't take a risk to prove a point. That's all I'm asking.
Hey, don't worry about it.
Please, you shouldn't say that at all. I already trust you'll take a risk.
You never have to worry about RMS taking a risk.
I worry for you every day.
I worry for you too. Well, everybody ready to get some shut-eye and then murder crabs?
Wait, is that like a thing friends do? Do friends worry for each other?
I don't know. What does worry mean? It's like a hat, right?
Sure. Well, it's like a hat that you don't want to lose and you don't want it to get dirty, so you take care of it, but sometimes you coddle it and it gets ruined anyway.
Oh, so it's a useless hat. What's the point of a hat that can't get dirty?
We
Wait.
should probably go to bed.
I'm confused by this metaphor. I'm actually trying to take notes on friendship here.
Apparently, when you're friends with people, you give them useless hats.
Okay. Brandon jots down that note.
That'd explain my friendship issue. I've never bought a hat in my life. Why would I even need a hat? It'll fly away.
Well, you're bald.
How do you define a hat as useless?
Maybe it's it doesn't provide shade. It's clear.
Or maybe it's Maybelline.
Or the hat has a hole in the middle. Completely useless then.
Or it's a dunce cap.
What just happened?
Even I don't know.
Well, you just explained that friends give friends hats.
No,
So
that's
apparently-
not even... never mind.
Useless hat.
So apparently, Team Fortress 2 is the most friendly people.
When did they give someone a hat?
Well, typically you steal it.
Let's see.
So I guess we're gonna go to bed.
Mm-hmm. Well, it's either that or unless you want to help me, unless you want to help me try to recall some issues with my nightmares. Apparently, there was
I
a
help.
third party. Well, I want to try to induce them again.
I
You
have
could
scary
have Derek
forms.
for me.
Ooh.
Well, no, a specific one. I had a dream that I relived the moment where my father died, and I saw someone else there. I really, really want to focus on a few key areas.
Was
Do you
it
think it's a memory?
It could be.
I might have something that could work, depending what area we're in.
I'm up for it. What's this? What you got?
Well, it'd have to be around where he died or among people he knew.
I knew him.
Well, maybe it. No, you're alive, so no, that wouldn't work. How long have you had that
Wait.
necklace, though?
Wait a minute. Are you talking about what are you talking about?
Without sounding creepy, I can talk to dead people.
What do you need?
I need a dead people.
Like a dead body?
No. That's a cleric thing. I need a spirit to talk to that was there that would have the information. I mean, maybe I can speak to your spirit while you're asleep. Technically, it's a soul. Might work.
What if we temporarily kill me?
Let's not. Be purely experimental.
You know what? I would be up to try this. At the very least, you could help guide through the nightmare.
Or make it worse, but yes.
Oh, don't worry. That's a risk that you're willing to take.
We'll say we.
We.
Now, if Eleanor has a better, safer idea, I prefer to do that.
I really can't think of anything. Give me 1 second. I could dispel magic. I could polymorph him.
Can we do that anyway? That'd be funny.
Yeah, we could do that. Actually, since we're getting ready to have a long rest, right?
That's up to you guys.
It sounds about right.
I mean, it's already really late, so I assume.
Like, I imagine it's like 8 o'clock now.
It's
Okay.
starting to get dusk.
Why not? I cast polymorph on Armax since we're gonna go to bed.
Okay. Harmax, do you fight this?
No. What's going on?
You are getting turned into a creature of Elenel's choosing.
Alright, spin the wheel.
There is no wheel, she picks.
I go to Yaja. Okay, what animal are you thinking?
It's kind of like once you cast it, that's when it happens. So whatever's going through your head right now, that's it.
So, we have the chat before I cast the spell. Can we do that?
Sure.
Okay, what animal are you thinking?
I mean, sheep is classic, but maybe a toad or maybe a mole. Can you pick a miniature mole like you were? That was quite cute.
Idiot.
I turned him into the dog mole that I was.
Oh, goodness. Alright, so, yeah, Armax, you become this... It's basically a mind flayer mole. Sure as shit doesn't help you with nightmares, I'll tell you that much. Granted, it gives them to everyone else.
Sharing is caring.
I make all the noises.
You squim.
I looked
Is he
to
big enough?
Yaja. This was a good idea.
You ride him. He's a large creature, right? No, it's
He's
medium.
a medium.
Dang.
Guys, I'm trying to meditate.
Oh, shush, this is fun.
I
Maybe
curl
we
up.
could just poke him in the butt.
I just curl up into a ball and try to sleep in order to induce the previous nightmare.
Alright. Are you all going to share a room for this? Would be a hell of a lot cheaper.
Sure.
Yeah.
I should just be in the common room with the Asia. That's hella cheap.
Oh, come on. You can sleep outside of the tick-infested common room.
I really can't. I don't have that much money.
If you girls are going to stay in the common room, we may as well pay for, like, one private room. Just in case Aramax's nightmares cause him to do something crazy.
I don't want to be near explosions.
Well, I mean, he's a mole. I don't think he's gonna do that much.
Yeah, no, I can't really do much right now.
Sometimes he summons demons.
I start
Do I still
scratching
have one eye?
Armax on the top of his head.
It is weirdly enjoyable, Armax.
I make noises.
Yes. And they are horrifying, as you're basically trying to scream through tentacles.
But
Which,
yeah.
if that's not a heavy metal band, it should be. No, electro goth.
My MIDI ports are Cthulhu tentacles.
And
So,
the
yes.
hipster has already built a bar around it. Alright, so...
So I take it we'll just shell out for one room?
Yeah. It's the same 2 gold.
Gold. You.
Also, please turn me back from a mole thingy.
You can't talk.
I mean, he can look disconcerting. Like, basically, you have all the range of emotions of a dog.
I keep scratching his head and said it only lasts an hour, you big baby.
Alright, so we'll be back at the,
I hope you did that back in the room. Because if not, you have this gigantic, like, wormed face, like, that thing walking around the
Look, we've
city.
had a stag in the inn forever. They're probably just used to this shit. Let's be honest.
Wait,
Oh, Ian doesn't give a rat's ass. The rest of the people do.
how did you cast polymorph on somebody while we're in the city?
Oh, yeah, no, that failed.
I thought
Oh,
druid
shit.
magic
Sorry.
works in the city.
No,
But we
not...
had 3 hours.
Yeah, yesterday.
All magic.
Oh.
I am
My
terribly
bad.
sorry I forgot about that.
So yeah,
Well, it
so
was fun
none
while
of
it
this...
lasted.
we'll just say it was a software glitch.
No,
Like, it just-
you basically tried, and then your head just rang with bells. I'll save you the damage for now since you're gonna sleep. But yeah, it
I
hurt
hate
like
this
fucking
stupid
hell.
place.
Come on now. Let's go try to introduce Armac to the Nightmare Zone.
And you get to the room, and he is more than willing to like let you all share one. It's not that bad. So my question is, what do you do through the night? What do you do through the night?
I'm gonna try to meditate.
I'm going to try to fall asleep, but specifically try to keep focused on that one particular dream.
But do that thing I whispered you.
Like, I'm going to try to do what I did last time to get into that dream.
Well, unfortunately, Ayaja, as soon as you draw it out and try to invoke it, it powers up and then just scatters.
Does that feel weird? Or like,
Yeah, your head hurts like hell.
do I feel like it's being blocked on purpose though?
You can get the impression that, yeah.
I feel like the necklace is doing it.
No, it's like the tattoo on the back of your skull. Same as LML and the same as Unit.
Oh, so even if it's a ritual, I can't.
Mm-mm.
Okay, once we get out of the city, we'll just take a nap.
I would like to,
Yes?
I would like to summon my blood right.
Yeah?
Hang on.
It's not actually magical, so it should work just like monk stuff would. I would think.
Hey, I gotta roll something specific. That's not what I was trying to roll.
Oh! Sorry, I just remembered something else I wanted to do.
What's double 9?
Wait, what?
What's 9 times 2?
9 times 2 is 18.
Alright. Yeah, as a weird turn of events, Bran, you struggle with it. but you begin to see just these small little wisps of cold and lightning just start gathering around your blade. It's not what you would use to fight with, but it's happening.
Do I get a sense that this is like I just got lucky that this happened, or
I mean, you don't feel taxed yourself, but it's definitely like if magic was a garden hose, it feels like it's like bent up 3 times onto itself, making like an N. So there's just something trickling out.
okay? Enough.
Say again?
I'm gonna go ahead and get up then. In that case, and specifically like go over to Aromax and be like, hey, I'm gonna look at your tattoo real quick, and also your
My what and my what? The tattoo and the what?
and your wounds.
Yes. All right, then I show him everything.
Thankfully, you're wearing clothes.
Yeah, she's in that room.
Oh yeah, you gave him the clothes.
Indeed.
So what do you? Right. So what are you doing, Brian?
I'm looking at the tattoo and the wounds, and kind of looking at my own wounds.
Okay. I mean, they look similar. Like, you imagine he's in as much pain as you are. Like, are you looking for something specific, or?
No, I'm not really looking for anything specific.
Well, then I mean, you basically tell what everyone else does.
Think I'm going to keep my Crimson Right activated unless I don't.
What was it then?
Wait, you broke up completely there.
That's awkward.
Yeah, that came in like through Morse code. So say it one more time.
I said I think I'm going to keep my Blood Right activated
All right.
unless directed not to,
Okay. I mean,
because I just don't know if I might get the chance, or if I don't know if I'll be able to activate it again if I shut it off.
right. I mean, well, it's not fully up. Like,
Right.
you swing it and you basically get a snowflake and a carpet shock.
Which is okay, because I think it's enough.
Right. So is that all you're gonna? Is that all you guys are gonna try and do?
There was one thing I wanted to try to do, completely separate. I forgot about this.
Mhm.
So you remember in the previous fight how the necklace really wanted to do things, and I said that I would not do anything else for it anymore until I got answers?
Yeah.
I want to attempt to interrogate the necklace.
Okay.
And is there any way that we could get multiple... Like, is there any way that I could get, like, to phrase it to the necklace that I want it to answer everybody's questions?
And the gem lights up again. And he's just basically, dude. I'm a conduit. My strength is just your strength changed color. So until I get stronger, I can't do shit like that. Really.
So I cannot interrogate it?
I mean, I'm right here. You can ask me what you want.
All right. So, I would like to ask everyone if they have any questions for the necklace. I would like to repeat everything it says like a translator.
Alright. So Amarant just sits on the bed and holds on to this like green gemstone as it sort of like pulses in rapid succession. So what do you guys do?
I am going to meditate now. And I guess since I will wake up pretty much earlier than almost everybody else, I'll start reading my alchemy book.
Okay, so Bran ignores the interrogation. Ayaja, Elendil?
Is it pulsing dangerously? Like,
Basically, whenever you see Armex talk at it, it blinks back.
I'll stay awake until he stops talking to it just in case, but I won't interfere.
Like, I'm just trying to get the who, what, where, when, why, and how, and of this amulet.
Since he wanted serious questions, I walk up and I ask it, what is the meaning of life?
Step to it, Jim.
Bitches and blow.
I can ask it questions once we're out of the city, maybe. Same for your nightmare problem, but I can't use magic right now.
Oh no, this isn't magic.
It's a spirit, though, isn't it?
No, this is something that is stuck in this necklace. I'm just trying to get it to answer questions.
I mean, I can force it to answer questions.
It is magic, but your guys' enchanted gear still works. It's just your specific magics that are being blocked.
Anything that's cast, basically.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, we do have one thing on top of him. Because if it doesn't answer the questions right, I can always just take it off.
You can try.
I think I can.
You've never felt a smirk before, but you're getting the impression you're getting that right now.
Well, we could put on the necklace, my necklace, then you can try to take it off, but I wouldn't recommend it, since we don't know much about it.
No. Make the scary lady go away.
Alright. Then tell me your entire history.
I don't know.
Then start at the beginning.
No, seriously, I can't. Look, when I got in here, I lost a bit of myself. And I ain't strong enough to get it back, jackass.
So
I
what?
literally can't tell you much. Literally. I ain't trying to hold information from you. I make it plainly obvious when I am.
Do you recall why you were made?
I remember wanting to do it.
Do you recall when you were made?
I was on that shelf for like a few decades. Past that, yeah.
Do you recall, so just to make sure I've got this correct, you recall being put on the shelf, and that is the earliest memory.
I remember bitching about being on a shelf.
Do you remember who put you on the shelf or sold you at the store?
Nope. I ain't got the strength. That's why I've been using you.
So you're just an amnesiac portion of a dead man.
Yeah. Until I can put myself back together.
Wait, what was that last part? Was that the low and fast part?
Okay, I've been getting more uppity because the more you've been using me, the more I've been taking a little off the top. And then I got it, and then I get better. I didn't think of it much at first because, I just thought it was funny. But the more I get pumped, the more I remember. Hell, probably pump me enough and I'll go back to normal, whatever the fuck that is.
Alright. You did good. I'm gonna help you out.
I figured.
I'd like to use this thing.
Okay.
Not in this room, though.
I was about to say, like, how do you use it? And targeting what?
I don't know, just pour it out the window.
Okay.
Can we stop him from the really stupid idea?
I mean, you don't know what he's doing, but he is walking towards a window right now.
Arumax walking toward a window? That's suspicious.
It's sad, but it actually is.
Armax, what you doing with that napkin? Oh, nothing. Armax.
I mean, it would be suspicious only because of the fact that he can't fly anymore, so it looks like he's just about to jump. Also, roll me a d6.
Okay.
Let's see.
This is gonna be like the murder spell, isn't it?
I may or may not have just rolled for casualties.
Like I'm just hoping for like blood or oil again.
D100.
Oh. This is
shit.
Well,
What is this? You summon a demi-lich.
Alright, so you point this thing out the window, and out the window there is a really, nice, not yet moonlight, but kind of just past twilight hour, lake, or a waterway, basically. About good 200-300 feet across, very much like the Chicago River. And you just point this gem out. And none of you notice anything. And then you hear a spook, 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 spook. And that's when your eyes start to adjust and you realize that a torrent of arrows are pouring out of this thing, just filling the water like a hyperactive koi pond.
Ah. Oh dear, training again.
I mean, you definitely killed a half a dozen fish.
Aramax, you made the hat dirty. I'm very disappointed in you.
Hey, don't go outside. It's raining. Really hard.
Yeah, we heard the arrows.
So did a lot
Not
of people.
arrows.
Yeah, I feel like we caused a scene.
Well, thankfully you're on the inside layer, so you basically shot it into, this area. And it was noticed, but... I mean, a gem can't shoot arrows, so...
It's not like it's a magic missile where it's obviously magic.
Yeah,
no, he just fired a bunch of arrows. In the
I just imagined that just suddenly arrows came down from the sky.
Or a sea monster
No,
comes out
it
of the
came
water.
from you. It's a cone.
So if someone was paying attention to the window, they just saw 90,000 arrows fly out of it.
Yeah.
One hell of a shot.
And when he's aiming, when you could just blanket the sun. Alright. Alright, well, it sounds like we're gonna wrap it down for tonight, so...
Cool.
Cool.
I have a proposition for all of you. Since it sounds like you all want to try and do something, I give you this choice. Do you want to try and do some downtime between this and next game? Get some of the nitty-gritty out? Or do you just want to wait until next game and you and all and possibly Nick can all go do something?
I mean, I'm fine with downtime being out of character. I mean, not always, but sometimes to, expedite things.
Yeah. Like, the downtime would essentially overtake the week that you're supposedly waiting.
That sounds pretty good. Just make like a list of
Yep.
like we did the last time.
Or, well, I need to modify it because of different things, but yeah. So yeah, we'll cut this short and... So yeah, we'll cut this short and... Well, actually no, this is right on time now that I think about it. And then yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm interested to see what you all do.
Woo!